Welcome back to Brothers Talking Sports. We are here for 2025 AFC East preview. Ezra is here for the summer now. Congrats. He's here for the non-most important time of the year.
Let's go. It's going to be
for
important
us.
I'm here.
Sorry, guys.
Way to do it while you were mid-sentence.
Yeah, well, I needed it.
Oh, okay.
Mouth was pretty dry
All right,
after
let's go.
that.
Slide one.
After that bagel. So, well, we're back after a few weeks. So, all right, let's get rolling here. I didn't ask you how you guys are doing today. Fuck you guys. Let's do this. The Jets. We'll start off with the Jets. So, we're just going to go over a bunch of transactions. Then I'll bring up like the depth chart for each team. And then at the end will be the predictions. So, I think this gives a good, accurate representation of how each team is kind of like, changed, either gotten better or worse. I think there's one team in this division that got pretty worse. All the rest, I think, kind of either stayed the same. So let's start off with the Jets here. The Jets' key additions were Josh Myers, Brandon Steffen, Andrew Sisko, Justin Fields, and then these were some of their draft picks. Jets had a lot of key departures. Tyler Conklin, Devontae Adams, DJ Reed, Morgan Mogus, Javon Holland, Aaron Rodgers, Hassan Reddick, Sloman Thomas. When I went through this and I did this, I was like, well, a lot of these guys just got replaced by other guys. They didn't lose anybody. They just got replaced. So Armand Membu got replaced by Morgan Moses. DJ Reed got replaced by Brandon Stevenson's. Andre Sisko, he was actually just an addition as a safety. Justin Fields got replaced by Aaron Rodgers. Mason Taylor got replaced by Tyler Conklin. I'm sorry. Aziz Thomas got replaced by DJ Reed. They're the corners. So a lot of guys just got replaced on this roster. Now, I do think this roster is worse than last year, losing some of these guys. They may even lose C.J. Mosley. I think they released C.J. Mosley. No, they didn't. I'm sorry. He's still on their roster. But they could lose C.J. Mosley because of cap and everything, and they might cut him in the regular season. So what do we think about the Jets' additions and departures this offseason?
Go ahead, Jay.
They brought in the worst center in football, so
he's definitely not the worst center in football.
Starting center? He was the worst starting center last year, yeah. I saw there's like these guys break down, they do a thing of like by pass block, like all these percentages, and out of the 32 starting centers, Josh Myers was dead last.
I don't know if he's the worst.
He's really bad. There's some
bad centers out there.
No, he's really bad. I'm telling you. The rest of the Packers' offensive line is good. He was really, really bad. I don't know. The Jets just seem like the Jets next year are just going to be like a big experiment. It seems like the new coach. It seems like everything's just new for them. They went for a win now mode with Rodgers and everything. All these older guys, and now it's back to like. It's like it's not full rebuild mode, but it's kind of rebuild mode. They got these younger guys like Justin Fields. You're bringing a younger you bring in Aaron Glenn as a new coach, and just a big like. It seems just like out of all the NFL teams, I think the Jets are like the biggest transformation from last year to this year. Just like they probably have 10. They'll have 10 different starters on offense and defense from what they had.
Oh yeah, all these guys are starters.
Yeah, so they'll have a bunch of new changes, a whole new roster. Did they get any better? I would not say they got better. They probably downgraded a lot, but again, they also weren't that good last year. So it's tough to say if they're gonna be able to change. But the big question mark, I know I don't know about Ezra, but I know me and Oscar don't like is Justin Fields. We don't think he's the best quarterback. I mean, maybe last year you thought he was better because he was on the Steelers.
I thought he played better last year under Mike Tomlin.
Also in a much better program of franchise.
Yeah,
I just don't think he has a very good arm talent. But they didn't get him for that much. They signed 2 years, $40 million, right? So
yeah.
If he stinks this year, they could still draft a quarterback next year or give him another year. So they kind of set themselves up in an okay spot.
But Justin Fields has the best offense he's ever played with. Even with the Bears, I think this Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, this offensive line, that's pretty good now for the Jets.
I mean, we'll see. Again, he's receiver. I'm not sure receiver-wise, besides Garrett Wilson, what they're really working with.
Yeah,
Devontae Adams too.
Yeah,
and they have Allen Lazard, but
he's probably gone.
I don't know what's going to happen with him. So,
So
he'll be a Steeler in like a couple weeks probably.
yeah.
I'm just gonna be surprised if they don't get last in the division, and it's gonna be.
I don't know about that.
Can they beat the Dolphins for last place?
I can see this team winning like 7 games. Like this team,
I think they win about 7 games.
This team could be better than they were last year, but they could also be worse than they were last year. But again, they were really bad last year. Last year it didn't really make sense why they were bad because you have all these pieces and it's like all these offensive and all these defensive guys. It's just like the defense didn't click and the offense was or when the defense clicked.
I think that was a lot of coaching last year.
Yeah, the offense like clicked when the defense wouldn't, and then the defense would click and the offense wasn't as good. I don't. Yeah, and now you're bringing Aaron Glenn, who listen, he did pretty good in Detroit, likes to blitz a lot. But I'm not sure how fit out for a head coach he'll be. So I guess that'll be an interesting thing. Again, the Jets are. It's kind of. They're the Jets. You know what you're going to get with them. It's definitely going to be an interesting season for them. It might be a tank year and draft a quarterback, or they're decent and they compete in a lot of games. So I think Jets fans just want to be competitive. That's all it is. They want some competition. Even if they win 6 or 7 games, at least they're competitive and they know maybe Justin Fields could be the quarterback of the future.
True. As
I got nothing.
no, they don't have many pass rushers. They lost Hassan Reddick. And they didn't really gain anybody on the pass rushing group. So, but again, they like to blitz a lot, so I don't know how much that's going to matter to them because they're going to blitz a ton with Aaron Glenn. All right, let's get to so here is the breakdown of the depth chart right now.
Ooh.
Justin
Why'd you
Fields.
choose that shitty color?
This is what it comes up as when you look on
ESPN.
Yeah.
This I just take the picture from ESPN.
Looks so weird.
Yeah. Justin Fields, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds, if he's your number 2 wide receiver, they're going to have some problems there.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's not an awful receiving core.
No.
It's not great. It's not awful, but you lose Alan Lazard, and then, you have Josh Reynolds, and then they're going to have to throw Malachi Corley in the slot.
Josh Myers looks like their backup center, but I'm pretty sure he'll be starting.
I don't know, over Joe Tippmann. I don't think Joe Tippmann was very good last year, but he was slightly better than Josh Myers.
So
their offensive line's not bad, though. It's
but
definitely.
I'm pretty sure they paid Josh Myers big money.
No, they paid him like $1 million or $2 million.
Oh.
Yeah, they paid him like nothing because nobody wanted him. He was so bad. They gave him like no money to come. He's just basically he'll be like a sub lineman, they have. But
Maybe, yeah.
Their offensive line's not bad, the Jets. It's gotten
No,
better.
it is good.
From a couple years ago. I mean, 2 years ago with Rodgers' first year there, they were awful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely improved. It's younger and it's a lot better. They got 2 young tackles, first year guy in Bamboo, second year guy in Olu. Yeah, Elijah Vera Tucker is solid. John Simpson's and Joe Tippmann. Okay, John Simpson's not bad. Joe Tippmann's but again, not bad. Really a big improvement, and hopefully Justin Fields with the decent offensive line could show off that he actually has some arm talent.
Let's go on to the defense here. This is just what I worry about the edge rushing room of Will McDonald, Derek Nenide. I probably didn't say that right. Jeremiah Johnson's not
Jeremiah
bad.
Johnson, that's a pass rusher.
But again,
Will
I think
McDonald's a young guy they drafted that they're still kind of. I don't know. This defense is it's similar to last year. Like just a lot of new guys, but like solid guys. Like I could see this defense being a top 10 defense. Like I could see them being a very good defense, but I could also see them not being so good because last year they weren't so good. So it's like it's tough to tell. But they have Aaron Glenn now, so it's a big change.
Yeah, they lost C.J. Mosley too. He's not on here.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if they lost him or not.
They signed Sherwood to an extension.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they gave him like 3 years, $45 million. So they want to go young because Mosley's like 32. They want to go younger.
Yeah.
And they have solid linebackers with him. They got Quincy Williams too.
Yep.
I think this Jets defense is pretty good. I think it can be good, I should say, because I thought last year they were going to be good and they weren't as good. But maybe Aaron Glenn changes it up.
All right, let's move. Has you got anything on the depth charts?
I was going to say it's going to come down to, like Shay said, when their defense played well, their offense played like garbage and vice versa. Can they click and can they consistently play well? Doesn't need to be top 3 defense every week, top 5 offense every week. They just need to play well and competitive to try and not beat the Jets.
All right, let's move on here to the Patriots. Guys, there's a lot of names on here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of names.
A lot of additions,
Oh, rip the kicker.
A lot of names. I'm not going to read through them all. There's too many of them. There's 4, I think. I always, I kind of went through and I thought, how many guys are actually going to be,
how many rookies?
Yeah, how many rookies actually going to contribute? I think these guys were the ones that contribute.
Top there too. Again, we all said the Patriots they were a top 5 draft team.
Yeah, they had a good draft.
Very good drafts.
This is probably the most improved team in football. I think when we go through it, this will be the team that has the most additions and good additions compared to the most key departures, the least key departures. I'm sorry. So I think the Patriots are going to be one of those teams this year that are going to competing for a playoff spot at the end of the year, and you'll see them there.
There's a reason they're favored in 10 games this year.
Yeah.
10 games, and they won 3, 4 last year,
Yeah.
and they're favored in 10. Now, listen, the Patriots also have a lot of big ifs. It's a young quarterback, second year. Everyone has a lot of faith in them because they added a lot of guys. They have a young, promising quarterback, and then you bring in Mike Vrabel, who's one of the best head coaches in the NFL a couple years ago. So it's a lot of promise. But again, they got to put the pieces together and they got to click. It still could be. They might need another year. So
They might, yes.
we don't
know how good Drake May is yet.
Yeah, we really don't know. We know he has great potential, and he's shown flashes of that. He could be a top 5 quarterback in the league. It might still take a little time for him to click, and this whole team might take time to click. You never know. Or they come out hot right out of the gates, and this team ends up being a very, very good team fighting for a divisional spot.
Yeah. I think they actually lost some key important pieces, Jonathan Jones and Devon Goodcheck. So I think those are 2 key important pieces that they did lose. But even though they replaced them with a bunch of different guys. So I think they'll be okay, though.
It's going to come down to Drake May. Last year, everyone was really high. CJ Stroud, and he kind of just slumped, didn't have a great year. I hope Drake May doesn't have a sophomore slumping season, and he does play well, but I think the only reason they are favored in 10 games is because of how much better the team around Drake May is this year, and the hope is he doesn't slump and plays as well or better than he did last year.
Yeah, I think the receiving core also the Patriots is going to be pretty important. Like Matt Collins is your number 2. You know they're going to have big contributions from Matt Collins and Stephon Diggs.
They're hoping Stephon Diggs goes back to what he was in Buffalo and not like injured and not so good that he was last year before he got hurt.
Yeah, so
Houston. They need big numbers and they need him to be a true number 1 guy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Depth chart here for the Patriots: Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson, which Travion Henderson I think could win the job.
Good chance he becomes a big all 3 down back because he has the potential to be all 3 down back.
I
Diggs,
can see them also splitting carries.
Diggs, DeMario Davis. I think Matt Collins will probably start over Kyle Williams, but that's just for right now. You don't know.
All 4 of those guys will be getting a ton of reps out there.
But if one of them goes down, good luck because your depth outside of that is pretty low. Hunter Henry, Austin Cooper, good 2 tight ends. And then this offensive line is not bad at all. They actually are pretty good. They upgraded from last year, probably the worst offensive line in football to probably mid-tier of the pack this year. They added 2 tackles. And they also, did they add Garrett? I don't remember.
Garrett Bradbury?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they didn't add him, though.
What do you mean they didn't add him?
I think he was on the team last year, Garrett Bradbury.
Really? I thought he was in Minnesota.
I could be wrong, but I didn't have him on the additions. So, Jared Wilson will be the backup this year for
Cole Strange is the 3rd string center.
Yeah.
That was a first-round pick.
That's crazy.
Like
they have actually some good depth here for the Patriots too, even on the offensive line too. Wes Schlesinger is pretty good as well. So, all right, the Patriots going to come down to a lot of, I think, their receivers and everything like that on the offensive side of the ball, and really, honestly, just Drake May in general. Good running back threesome there as well. Defense, a lot of veterans. They signed a lot of veterans, and they have a lot of guys that, this might be one of the best secondaries in football with Carlton Davis, Duggar, Peppers, and Gonzalez. So those are 4 pretty good players right there.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel knew what he was doing. He wanted to bring in some. He wanted to, as this defense again had potential to be all right, wasn't as good as they thought they could have been. Mike Vrabel says, "Let's go bring in a bunch of old veteran guys that we know can do a good job and get this defense to be a top 15 defense."
He brought Harold Landry back for him.
Yeah, I was always a big fan of Harold Landry.
So I think that would be a good play.
I mean, they paid Milton Williams a ton of money, But you need a good interior D lineman. They went out and again, young promise in the secondary for New England. Again, this team it's another one. It's a big like this team can be good. They also it's young, so they might win 5 or 6 games this year, or they can win 11 games. It's one of those things.
As anything on the offense or defense before we switch over to the next team?
No, your offense is really young and promising. Your defense is kind of that veteran squad. You're gonna hope they're gonna build up and teach the younger guys behind them for years to come.
All right, let's move on here then to the Buffalo Bills. Key additions: Elijah Moore, Larry Ojanobi, Joey Bosa, Travion Henderson, and then their draft picks down here. Key departures: Matt Collins, Sam Barton, who's a punter, and Kiar Elam. Didn't lose many guys.
No.
And they brought in some defensive linemen to come help this team with TJ Sanders, Landon Jackson, Larry Ojanobi, and Joey Bosa. So they had 4 defensive linemen in this offseason. So I think this is one of the Buffalo teams that is different from, I think, the other ones where, I think they didn't have a pass rush as much the past couple of years, even though they tried to fix it with Von Miller and some other guys. They're loaded this year. I mean, they're loaded up. They didn't get Josh Allen any help because I don't think Josh Allen needs any help. He's just going to continue to what Josh Allen does. And then Maxwell Harrison, they added as a corner in the first round, so he's going to play right away for them as well. Anything on the Bills additions and departures, guys?
You worry that now? I know you say Josh Allen. Doesn't need help. You worry though they thinned out a receiver a little bit. They didn't get anyone. They lost Matt Collins, who Matt Collins ended up being played a big role for them last year. Now, I mean, weapons-wise, I'm not sure. That's obviously they still have Khalil Shakir. That's their main guy. But outside of that, I mean, I'm blanking on who.
Don't they have Keon Coleman?
Yes, they're relying on what I assume is a big sophomore year for Keon Coleman. He wasn't too good last year. But I guess their idea is, all right, we'll let Matt Collins, a bigger receiver, go, and hopefully Keon Coleman can fill that role.
Yeah.
James Cook, obviously, still looking for a contract extension, but had a big year last year. They're probably also looking for more production out of Dalton Kincaid because he hasn't been as promising. I think they really expected him to be a very good tight end. He's still not there yet. So that might be the only thing I'm concerned about with the Bills but again, you don't worry as much because it is Josh Allen, and this team is probably the favorite to win the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
Them in Baltimore, I would say right now, obviously with Kansas City losing a lot, so it's going to be. Again, can they just get over the hump? That's what it's been for the past 3-4 years now. Can they get over the hump? So
exactly.
We'll see.
So let's go to their depth chart here. Josh Allen, James Cook, Shakir, Keon Coleman, Joshua Palmer.
They brought in Palmer too. Okay.
I didn't put that. I stink at my job.
He's solid.
Also woke up 10 minutes ago.
Well, I didn't put this together 10 minutes ago. I put this together
I was
weeks
gonna say
ago.
if they didn't have, if Curtis Samuels, Elijah Moore is not so good. Like they only have 2 receivers. I mean, you bring in Joshua Palmer, that's a speedster on the outside.
They got 5 receivers that are probably gonna make the roster.
Yeah, but like Elijah Moore's not very good. Curtis Samuels,
they're all right.
But like at least Joshua Palmer's that'll be good for them because that's an NFL receiver right there who could play and be a number 2 receiver if he needs to be.
I don't think they lost anybody in the offensive line either. So
no, their offensive line's still very good.
Still very good. So defense, I mean, this is one of the best defensive lines in the league now. I mean, between depth, interior, and starters like Gregory Joseph, Joey Bosa, Ed Oliver. Those are some great guys there. Larry Ojanobi, who's suspended. TJ Sanders, Landon Jackson, Matt Milano. Their secondary is okay. That's where they really needed the help.
They're still working.
That's why they brought in.
They're still working on it. But they have Taron Johnson, who's the best. I would say the best nickel corner in the NFL. You bring in Maxwell Harrison, speedster on the outside to cover. Dane Jackson, okay. Tre'Davious White, they brought back. Hopefully, I think they're really hoping if Tre'Davious White could get back to what he was a few years ago before ACL. I don't remember if it was Achilles or ACL. We had a big injury that really put he was one of the best corners in the NFL until his getting injured. So they're hoping. I mean, if he comes back, and then you got him and Maxwell Harrison and Taron Johnson on the inside. DeMar Hamlin's still back there, solid. Okay, Taylor Rapp, all right. Like their secondary is probably the weakest point of their team, and it's still solid. So
yeah. As anything on their offense or defense?
No. Shea hit all the points, I think.
All right. Let's move on here to the Miami Dolphins. A lot of departures, guys. So let's Oh, actually, it wasn't as many as I would have thought. I thought there was more. Key additions. Nobody of notable names over here. Let's just keep it real. Nobody of noticeable names.
They drafted Kenneth Grant. Who's just a good D tackle, but that's about all they got.
They lost a bunch of guys here. Robert Jones, Javon Holland, Emmanuel Agba, Calais Campbell, Jalen Ramsey. I included Jalen Ramsey on here because he will be gone eventually at some point.
You don't even have Teron Armstead on here.
No, I forgot he retired.
He retired, and that's a big left tackle right too. There. So yeah, they lost a lot.
So they lost a lot of guys, and they didn't replace them with anything great over here on the key additions. So Dolphins depth chart right here: Tua, Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill. We'll hope Tyreek Hill's still on the roster as well. Coming week 1.
At this point, they might be. At this point, the Dolphins are in a weird spot. They might have to trade Tyreek, try to at least, and try and trade Jalen Ramsey and just get whatever value you can. And then you almost got to I don't want to say rebuilds, but
at that point, just clean
this team's in a weird spot because they're not good enough to contend, but they're also not bad enough because how explosive their offense can be to be really bad. Like they're a middle of the pack team right now.
Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Nick Westbrook-Akeen, Jawan Smith, and then this offensive line is not the best at all here.
No,
looking down
especially
here.
you lose
Patrick Paul is playing left tackle.
You lose Teron Armstead, and you already don't have the best offensive line, and now it's just getting worse. Yeah,
I don't know. We'll get to it when we get into the predictions, but Jalen Wright, Ollie Gordon, Alexander Madison, so all that up there running
and
backs.
Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers.
Shout out.
When Tua sucks, they might have to throw Quinn Ewers out there.
Well, or he's throwing up gang signs. They may have to throw him out there.
That too, yeah.
When he's throwing up gang signs on the field, so they may have to throw him out there. Kenneth Grant, Jalen Phillips, Chop Robinson will definitely play. He was a very good rookie last year for them. Jordan Brooks, Bradley Chubb.
A lot of pass rushers on this team. A lot of pass rushers.
Yeah, they do have a lot of pass rushers.
Good. Jalen Phillips, Chop Robinson, Bradley Chubb.
But if you take Jalen Ramsey, who looks like coming out of...
the secondary's awful.
The secondary's terrible.
Secondary's awful.
This is terrible.
And they didn't stop. They got Kenneth Grant to try and help stop the run a bit better, but this defense again, it's okay. It's not. They got some good pieces and they got some rough spots. The offense is the same way.
I think they're good at edge rusher, and that's about it.
Yeah,
they're not good. Which is an important position to be good at, but if you can't be good, if you can't stop the run,
their D-line will be decent. Their secondary will be a little rough, but yeah, they couldn't really stop last year. I remember their whole thing; they couldn't stop the run. So
I don't know how they'll be this year.
And this team's they're not physical. They're just not a physical team. It's a known thing. The Dolphins aren't a physical team. If they go up against a team that's a physical team, they get killed. It's just how it is.
And they can't win in cold weather games.
Well, yeah, that's a big thing because in the cold you get the physical teams that want to run the ball, and that's not the Dolphins. They can't do that. That's not their strengths. They are playing 80-degree weather and air it out. That's the Dolphins' strengths.
All right, guys. AFC East predictions. Let's hear your guys first, and then we'll go to mine, and I'll throw mine on the board. I'll start with you.
Who do they play from the NFC? What division?
Oh, yeah, we should probably pull up the schedule. Now that we have the schedule, you could probably pull that up.
I didn't even look at that.
We could do a quick prediction, then we can maybe look at the schedule after.
All right, that's fine. Let's do that because I don't want to give away the prediction here that I have. I didn't look at the schedule, but
I think we're all going to have the same team at number 1.
The Bills are going to win the division.
Everybody knows. Yeah,
the Bills will win the division.
Outside of a Josh Allen injury,
is kind of depending on which offense plays the best and most consistent. Because in my opinion, it should be New England. But if the Jets play well, they have a shot. And also the Dolphins aren't that bad offensively. But like we talked about, the Dolphins can't win cold weather games. The Dolphins aren't physical. They're not going to ground and pound. They're not going to run the ball 30, 40 times a game. I'm going to say New England second, Miami third, the Jets last. But all within 2 games of each other.
Okay.
It's tough because, again, if Tua didn't get hurt last year for those few games, Miami would have made the playoffs. They would have won I'm not sure how many games they ended up winning at the end. They won 7, or 6 or 7, but Tua was out in games that they easily should have won. They had Tyler Huntley playing quarterback. The Dolphins should have won about 10 games last year. I don't know if they would have made the playoffs, but they would have been they should have been fighting for a playoff spot last year, that last seed with Denver. But they did lose a lot, so it's tough to say. I think I'm going to rank it. I'm going to rank it the same way as we're ranked it. I think I'll go Buffalo first. I'll go New England second. I'll give Miami and the high-powered offense the benefit of the doubt for third. And then I'll go the Jets last. And that's also because I just don't like Justin Fields and I don't trust him as a quarterback that much.
All right. Let's go. Let's head to mine here. Pretty close to you guys, but a little different. Number 1 was the Buffalo Bills. Let's get that out of the way. Number 2 was the New England Patriots. I thought the New England Patriots had so many additions where I thought there is no way I don't think they get second place in the division where I don't like the other 2 teams.
They probably can win 8 games and take second in the
That's what I was
division.
gonna say.
So
They
it's
could
like,
literally be
yeah, they don't need to.
7 or
They don't
8
even need.
wins.
They might not even make the playoffs. They just could win 8 games and be in the division.
Exactly. Jets were 3rd for me. I thought the Jets were going to be about a 7-win team this year and probably be about the same. I thought Justin Fields they'll win some games with his legs, and I also think that the defense will play better this year than last year, even though I think it's less they're less talented. And I think Miami Dolphins completely fall apart this year. I think the writing's on the walls. Either A, Tua gets hurt, B, Tyreek Hill, I don't know, gets arrested or something. Like there's a lot of pieces where the Miami Dolphins fall apart this year and just collapse. And I think I also don't like their roster. I don't think their roster is anything special and talented. I think they lost a lot of key pieces that they didn't replace. I don't know how good Mike McDaniels could be on the hot seat after this year, with everything going on down in Miami. Like there's a lot going on. So I'm not sure how good Miami will actually be this year. I'll take the Jets in the stability more. Want to go look at their schedule, guys?
Yeah, I was going to say stability in the New York Jets in the same sentence is a little crazy.
Yeah.
I think they actually have stability now with Aaron Glenn.
It'd be better. Yeah, I want to look at the schedule because again, it's because the Jets, like New England, gets to play the last place schedule, so that's a couple extra games they could probably win. Miami's playing a second place schedule. It's a lot. Those are a couple games they might not win, so it's tougher.
All right, so we'll hit the Bills schedule up here.
We can even do a quick schedule. Could we do like a prediction? What website is that on? We did it. I remember we did it last year.
We have time, so we have plenty of time. This one.
Yeah, so you could go. Could we go?
Can we predict by teams?
Yeah, I was like, can we do it by like the Bills?
I don't know. Can we predict by teams? I don't know if we can predict by teams. All right. Okay. We'll just go through. We'll go through just the teams.
The AFC East.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get this down here a little bit. Okay. And of course it scrolls in the wrong spot. Okay. All right. Let's scroll up here.
Okay, first game,
Miami.
Dolphins in Indianapolis.
That's tough.
I think I could see Miami taking this game.
That's fine. I'll let Miami win this one.
It's the Colts are again. The Colts are in a very similar. They're in a weird spot right now.
As you go with Miami in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close game, I think.
New England, Las Vegas.
It's in New England.
Yes.
I just think the Vegas roster isn't so good yet. I know
I'll take New England.
I know
too.
they have Geno, but
Got a lot of games. Jets.
Steelers.
Pittsburgh. Wait, they don't have
right now
they
you
don't have
take
quarterback.
the Jets,
I'll
but
take the
I
Jets.
think by the season it's going to be Pittsburgh. You're really take the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
I think by the season it's going to be Pittsburgh,
I think the Jets will win that game.
even with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Dude,
Bold.
do you know
DK Metcalf and George Pickens.
are you really that high on the Jets?
No, I'm not high on the Jets. I think this is like the Geno Smith game.
Geno Smith. Oh, Justin
A
Fields.
bounce back Justin
Yeah,
Fields
as they win
against his
21-18. That's probably a perfect score to have. As Justin Fields kicks 7 field goals.
I think the Ravens win this one.
The Bills probably get smacked. I think Baltimore smacked them last year.
Yeah, Baltimore blew him out.
All right. Let's move on here. Patriots.
You missed the ball. Oh, no, never mind. I'm wrong.
No, I didn't. Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
No,
I was
okay.
wrong division.
Patriots, Dolphins.
Who always wins this matchup? The Bills will beat the Jets. That one I could tell you. Who wins?
Well, this was okay. A couple years ago, Gronk blew the coverage in Miami.
No, I know. I'm trying to think. I think I might take Miami to beat New England at home too.
How about Miami?
Heat?
It's like a 35-30 game.
I'll take Miami. That's fine.
We could. That could be a split series. I think.
That's fine. All right.
Because they're not going to win in New England. We know that.
I think we'll all take Buffalo there.
Yeah.
Miami
Patriots, Steelers.
You got to click on Miami.
We froze.
What?
Oh, there we go. It froze. The
okay.
TV froze.
Oh.
Where
are we? Patriots and
Did we finish?
New
Where are the
England.
Jets?
They're down there.
Is that week 2 or 3?
This is week 3.
Did we pick the Jets for week 2?
Yes, we took the Bills.
Oh.
We took the Bills over the
It's
Jets.
a divisional game. Never mind.
Oh, and,
So
you picked
Patriots-
the Bills over the Dolphins already?
Yeah.
No, in the week
Whoa.
3. Week 3.
I didn't do anything for week 3.
Scroll up. Yeah, you picked the Bills over the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just see the records wrong. That's why I was looking.
Sorry.
I would take Pittsburgh over New England's, but that's again, I'm assuming that Aaron Rodgers is on the team. That's the
Okay. So that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I would take Tampa Bay over the Jets.
Especially in Tampa.
They're just better.
Then that's it, right?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because it was a different game. Okay.
Bills over Saints.
Yeah, that's
Oh, they played
that's
it-
too
oh.
easy.
Ooh, New England,
AFC
Carolina.
South.
I'll take New
So
England.
I'd take New England.
That might be a good game.
And then
Jets Dolphins.
In Miami, I would take the Dolphins.
All right.
The Dolphins always beat the Jets too.
Dolphins Panthers.
Dolphins Panthers.
It's nice. The Dolphins got a pretty favorable schedule so far. It's 4-1 start.
I'd take Carolina.
Yeah, I was gonna say Carolina.
All right, you can take
All
Carolina.
right, we're taking Carolina.
I would take
Jets,
the
Dallas.
Cowboys
Cowboys.
over the Jets.
Cowboys.
Ooh, Buffalo, New England. I would take Buffalo still,
think so too.
but that one could be that might be a good game.
Jets, Denver.
I would take the
Denver.
Broncos over
Broncos.
the Jets.
These are the Jets starting 1-5.
I would take the Yeah, I believe it. Again, I don't think the Jets are going to be that. I would take the Chargers over the Dolphins. I'd take New England over the Saints because they're really, really bad, and I'd take the Bills too.
New England over the Saints. And then
And Buffalo.
I would take Buffalo too.
What's the standings at right now?
standings are at 5-1 for the Bills, 3-3 for the Dolphins,
1-5.
3-3 for the Patriots, and 1-5 for the
I
Jets.
just don't think the Jets are. Again, they're just kind of like. It's a lot of new and it's a lot of just questions they have going on right now. Again, and here's the thing, I don't like Tua that much, but I'm much better with Tua at quarterback than I am with Justin Fields at quarterback.
I am too.
And I'm also better with Drake May than Justin Fields.
Tua could have been out the whole season. You don't even.
That is true, but again, I
Like-
can't base it off of the guy getting injured.
True.
That's the tough. If he gets injured, the Dolphins are screwed. That's an obvious thing because they're screwed if they. But I got to go with him healthy, and when him healthy, Mike McDaniel does a pretty good job. He puts a good offensive game plan together for Tua and their receivers. So
All right, let's keep it rolling here. Dolphins, Browns,
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Wait. What?
Yeah,
Wait.
the
Will
Brown-
this game be below freezing?
No, it's
in
like week 7.
They'll probably be all right. We got to like week 10.
Yeah, to start to factor that
Jets,
in.
Carolina.
I'll take the Jets.
Yeah.
All right, that's
It'll be
fine.
at home.
I'll be at home. They've lost a couple ones. Patriots beat the
The
Titans.
Titans.
That's-
Mike
that's
Vrabel
fine.
versus former team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Bills have a bye.
Bills have a bye, so we're good.
Okay. Bills on a bye.
Bills on a bye. All right, here we go.
Dolphins, Falcons. I'll take Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'll
I'd
take Atlanta.
That's solid. Buffalo over Carolina. Bengals over the Jets. And New England over the Browns. Up top. Couple more.
Oh, there we go.
Browns are probably going to be really bad this year. Just like the Saints.
All righty.
Baltimore
Baltimore.
banks them.
The
Ooh.
Jets are on a bye, so
Okay, New England Falcons. That's a good one, actually.
I'll take
I might
Atlanta.
lean Atlanta. I think Atlanta's going to be decent this year.
Think
But,
so,
you
too.
know, they're always decent. Then the Bills, because they always beat the Chiefs in the regular season.
and never in the playoffs. Rip.
All right. Nobody's on a bye here, so let's continue to
Bills.
build.
I'd still take the Bills over the Dolphins, yeah.
Okay.
I would take the Jets
Jets.
over the Browns, and I would take the...
Tampa.
Yeah, I'd take Tampa over them.
That's fair. And we're good.
So that's
Yeah.
our standings right now.
Our standings are 8-1, 5-5, 4-6, 3-6.
That's about right. New England beats the Jets, I would say.
think so too.
Oof. Yeah, Washington's going to beat Miami. Ooh, that's a good game.
I'll take Tampa.
We can take 10.
In
Buffalo.
Buffalo?
Buffalo's won a lot in a row now.
Buffalo's won like 8.
Yeah,
in a
I
row.
can see. Yeah, that's.
Let's give them a loss. Let's throw them one.
And then who was the other game we got to do?
The Patriots
Where are they?
on a bye.
No, they're not on a
No,
bye.
not on a bye. Are we high? They're playing the.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right,
Oh my
all right.
God, they played. Okay.
Ooh, Bills Texans.
Bills
I'll
Texans.
take
Houston.
the Bills.
Take the
Awful.
Bills.
Well, awful lot. If we would have picked a lot again, they're going to lose one of those two probably.
Yeah.
Baltimore will beat the Jets.
Cincy probably beats
Yeah, Cincy will probably beat New England,
New England,
and then Dolphins have a bye.
Dolphins have a bye. Okay, perfect. Let's continue here. Nobody has a bye.
Dolphins will beat the Saints. Falcons will beat the Jets. And New England will beat the Giants. Steelers will beat the Bills.
You want the
No,
Steelers?
you beat the Bills. The Bills.
Okay.
And then I'd say New England beats the Giants.
Already.
Jets, Dolphins. Ooh,
I'll take the Jets.
I'll take the
It's gonna
Jets in
be
this
New
one.
York.
Yeah, in a cold weather game, that's fine.
And then Bills, Bengals.
It'll be a
I'll
good
take the
game.
Bengals.
Yeah, that's fine. Take Cincinnati. They're still gonna win 12 whatever games.
Yeah.
Wait, did we get the other games?
The Patriots aren't a bye.
Okay, I got it. All right. 15.
Oh, the teams are down there.
Yeah. Ooh, Jets, Jacksonville.
I'll take the Jets.
Okay, I think I would take Jacksonville, but that's all right.
We
We can take the Bills off a loss,
Yeah.
even though I could see New England winning that game,
And
then the Dolphins against the Steelers. I'll
Pittsburgh.
take the Steelers.
Yeah. cold weather game.
Yeah, it's a cold weather game for two.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
Baltimore probably beats New England.
Yep.
The Jets beat the Saints.
The Bills over the Browns
And the Bills over the Browns up there.
by
and,
a million.
And then the last one is the Bengals probably beat the Dolphins.
All right, so we're at the Jets at 6-9, Dolphins at 5-10,
Yeah. It's about,
Patriots at 7-8, and the Bills at 12-3.
I mean, they're within 3 games of each other.
Yeah, everyone's it's Buffalo's gonna run away with it. Everyone else is kind of close.
Yeah.
middle of the pack. I would take Tampa.
Yep.
I would also take New England, and then I would take Philly,
Yeah.
Take Philly. That's fine. All right.
and then
The Bills.
Bills.
Oh, wait, is this?
if we're just going off of,
Okay,
I
but
mean,
they're gonna
some
rest
might not
everybody.
play for anything.
Bills are probably gonna be playing for
Let's
some
say
of the
they play for
12
the one
ones.
seed. The Bills take that
Yeah.
one, and then
New England
New
probably
England
wins.
beats Miami at the end of the season. Yeah,
So-
that's fair. 13 and about what I would expect.
Yeah.
Right around this. Again, I get 13-4. I'd say New England's right below, like a couple games behind the Bills, but still a few games ahead of these two. And then these both teams will probably win anywhere from 4 to 7 games each. It's just this is a 12+ win team. That's a 8 to 10 win team. These two are 4 to 7 win teams.
Yeah.
In that ballpark. So that's the best way to put it.
I think you're right. We had the Bengals and the Ravens sweeping. That's the
Oh yeah, these are the divisions they play at the NFC North. The Steelers. It's tough to tell with Aaron Rodgers. They could go 3-1. Without Aaron Rodgers, they might lose to all of those
What are you
teams.
going for?
we had the Bucks sweeping them. The
Bucks are solid. Falcons
go
solid
3-1.
this year. Saints are awful. Carolina, it's
Intermittent.
about
3-1.
fair. I could see the Carolina winning
I
two,
could-
even
yeah,
3 of those
2, yeah.
possibly, because there's a couple teams this year that might not be that good, but they're going to be competing in every game. Probably the Jets can be one of those teams that just competes in every game. Carolina might compete in every game. There's a few teams.
All right, guys. Anything else today?
No. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
We could do a full schedule breakdown at the very end
Yeah, we'll do
before
one
the
like
season
a
starts.
whole-
Once we
yeah.
we go over every team, and then we do a final breakdown of everything.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you guys for hopping on today. I appreciate it. So we'll be back next week with some division. I don't know which division yet. We're not going to go in order. So
AFC North.
I did he just not hear anything I just said?
No.
You want the AFC North?
Yeah.
Not going to happen. I said we're not going in order. I said I'll probably hit an NFC team next week.
NFC South.
Yeah, I'll probably hit some weird NFC teams next week. NFC division. So thank you guys for hopping on. We'll appreciate it, and we will see you guys next time.